Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first visit, my name is mattsmediallc. I'm Matt the car guy. On this channel I do car reviews. I'm back here today at Toyota of Melbourne. Rather windy, so I hope you're going to be able to hear me okay with this beautiful 2021 Toyota Tundra. Now this is the 1794 edition, which is very special. I'm going to tell you what that stands for and why it's 1794 and why it's special. But overall, I'm going to take you on the tour of this vehicle. And we're gonna explore all the fun features on the exterior, interior. Finally, at the very end, I'm gonna jump inside and we're gonna take it for a spin. So if you're ready, let's go. Well guys, let's start right up front this vehicle. So let's take a look at the grille. Okay, so the grille is massive, it's huge, it's very shiny. Now this is the 1794 edition, so it's the higher trim. There's other trims that have those grills all blacked out, nice and sporty. This particular one wouldn't be my cup of tea, but then again, if you like chrome, there's certainly a lot of it. Big Toyota logo on it. Now the bottom of the bumper, it has kind of a different shine in it. It's more of the brushed aluminum color. There's some tow hooks at the very bottom on it, and this is like a little bit of an air intake. It actually goes through. I'm not sure how functional it is, but it actually goes through, so there allows air to get inside of the engine compartment. The hood is massive, nicely sculpted, doesn't have a scoop or anything like this, but it looks very muscular. And the lights have a little bit of the LED accents on it. They're multi-reflector lights, they're not fully LED, which I think in this day and age they should be, but maybe for a refresh or for the new model year they're gonna come out with that. And this beautiful red color, I like red cars and I think that fits right in there. Chrome bumpers and the fog lights, and that completes the front of it. Let's check out the engine on this vehicle. It has the hood struts, which is a big plus, but of course for a big hood like this it should have them. So what powers up this thing? 5.7 liter V8 engine, I-Force. Basically this is the engine that's been used at Toyota Tundra, Toyota Land Cruiser, Toyota Sequoia since 2007, so it definitely has been proven. It's very durable, it's very reliable. Now that's the good parts about it. The bad parts about it, it's made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. So in competition like we have right now with the Fords, with Dodges, with Rams, with GMCs, which have 10-speed automatic transmission, it's missing a few gears, and that definitely is reflected on the fuel economy on this vehicle. Now the fuel economy is 13 to 17, so it's pretty bad comparing to some other trucks that are available on the market. So that's the one thing that I hear people complaining. That's the thing that I would be complaining about with the massive 38-gallon tank. To fill that up, if the gas hits $5 per gallon, now we're looking at $200. The gas mileage, I'd definitely like to see an improvement. The new one is coming in 2022. Nobody knows, or nobody wants to say what engine it's going to be, whether it's going to be a V8 or V6. Let's do a quick walk around of this vehicle so you can see what it is. First of all, it sits on an 18-inch wheels right here, 275 65 18 light truck tires. This is actually, these wheels are optional for the TRD package. Really nice. What else it has? It has the 1794 edition, 1794 badge right here, Tundra right on the front door. This one's also equipped with the running boards. chrome door handles. Now as you can see, this one's got the proximity key access. It opens and locks the truck once you touch this or place your hand underneath these door handles. 4 doors, big cab. The bed, 5.5 foot bed. That we have the spray on Bedliner. Apologize for all this stuff that's in here. Believe it or not, there's a lot of pollen in Florida, and there's a lot of stuff falling off the trees, especially today since it's so windy. Now you have a Toyota. Right on the door handle there is the rear view camera. Now it's got a towing package. The 4-wheel drive can tow about 10,500 pounds. Now it's got the 2 connections, the big and the small connector, and the tow hitch right at the bottom of it. The rear lights, you know, one of the things that a lot of manufacturers are going with, including Toyotas, they have LED technology. Why don't they put it in the truck? I have no idea. These are still incandescent lights. Well guys, if you're wondering if it does have a lot of room in here, I can assure you it does. It's got this huge cab. It's got the big doors right here, and you know, I have the front seat adjusted to the way that I normally would be driving, and look how much room, how much leg room I have in front of my knees. Tons of room, several inches above my head. So really nice headroom, really nice shoulder room, really nice knee room. And the interior on this 1794 edition, special interior, come and check it out yourself. This saddle brown or saddle orangey leather kind of reminds you of that old Western, where now it's nice leather. It's solid. It's not very plush, it's not very soft, but it's got several different leather types in here. So first of all, we have the solid leather right on top of here. Now we have the perforated red leather here. We have the suede inserts right on the sides, right on the bolster sides. And then we have this leather looking material. I'm not sure if this part is leather, but look at this design right here. Looks really nice. Even on the 1794, the floor mats are completely different than on the other ones. Other than that, the interior is pretty plain. I mean, if you look at this, just a regular door. I mean, obviously you have a nice stitching in here. You have some wood trim in the middle, and then the rest of it is out of the regular standard Tundra. Window controls, door locks, a little bit of a speaker here. Now this one does have the JBL stereo, which we're gonna get to in a little bit. And you have a few of the cup holders and the map holder inside. Then you have the Tundra logo right at the bottom here. Now, does these seats recline? Unfortunately, they don't. The only thing they do is you can lift them up, like in several other trucks, lift them up for maximum cargo load in here. And here, how nice it is. This one has the Toyota first aid kit inside of it. Here it is. Well, let's check out the front door. So basically, same theme as on the rear one. You have a little bit of that saddle leather in here, perforated solid, nicely stitched up, a little bit of a wood trim, and then you have the rest of the door, the window controls, the memory seat settings, then the JBL logo on the front speaker. That just tells you it has the JBL stereo. Tundra right on the door sill right here. Now this seat is electronically controlled, so obviously you have the front and back, you have the back adjustment, you have the lumbar adjustment right here, as well as you have the lumbar support. Actually, this is not a lumbar support, this is the front seat support right here. This is your knee support right here. See, it raises up right here. Before we jump in, let's take a quick look and see what all the buttons do here. So you have the mirror controls, light controls, you have the rear window control, which we're going to talk about in just a second, because this is really the only pickup truck where, see this rear window right here, this is the only truck that the window opens up all the way. And now you have the adjustment for the lights. Okay, so you can adjust the lights up and down, because if you're towing something, it puts a lot of weight on the back of the vehicle, so it raises the lights, therefore it's not really illuminating the road, but it goes up in the space. And then you have this cargo light that you can turn on, off, or turn it on when the doors are open. Let's check out the rest of the interior of it. Well, let's take a look at the 2021 Tundra interior. Now, this is the 1794 edition. And here, I told you I'm going to tell you what the 1794 means. Now, I told you that all of the Tundras are assembled in Texas. Matter of fact, they're pretty much made entirely only for the US market. And they have the largest content of the US parts of any of the trucks, pickup trucks that are available. More than Ford, more than Ram, more than GM. Over 80% US content. So this is a typical American truck. Now they're built in San Antonio, Texas, or in San Antonio area. In 1794, a ranch was founded on the property where now the assembly plant is. So this is to commemorate the 1794 edition. Now that's also is to bring all that Western flair inside of this vehicle. Like I said, this interior is exclusive to the 1794 edition. You have this special color interior, the special leather, the special badging right here. 1794 is even right on the console. Now, since we're on the console, I'll show you one very cool feature in here. Look at this. What do we have here? Okay, yes, it is a safe. So if you like to carry guns or any valuables in your truck, there's a safe. This is all metal. Hear that? Metal. You can lock it, put your combination, put your key in it, and there's a safe. You can put whatever valuables you have. And then you still have tons of room for other stuff that you want to put in here. So, okay, let's maybe do this review a little bit backwards. Instead of going from top to bottom, since we're at the bottom already, let's start with this. Nicely wood gear shifter. Okay, the regular gear shifter. You have regular gears, and then you can select it, okay, for the sports mode and the regular drive mode. Now in the sports mode, you can shift the gears manually. Now, like I said, it's not a sports truck or anything like this. It does have 381 horsepower. You know, they say that it can get this thing going in less than 7 seconds, 6.3 seconds to be exact, I think. But I don't think anybody's gonna race it. Okay, take a look at this middle console. Since we're going from bottom to top this time, look at some of the charging ports right here. Okay, you have your USB ports. You have your another USB ports. These are charging ports. This is data port. Okay, you have your traction control off. You can turn off your parking sensors, and you have your regular 12-volt outlet in here. Now this vehicle is four-wheel drive. Right now it is in the two-wheel drive mode, so you can switch it between two-wheel drive, 4 high. If you want to switch it to the 4 low, you have to push, but it has to be in drive, I think. So anyways, big knobs for the temperatures, and then in the middle here you see the seats are heated and ventilated, which is a very nice option. That middle portion right here is slightly different color. That's kind of the brushed aluminum in the middle, polished aluminum on the outside, and then basically, you know, you have your regular controls. You have your control for the temperature right here, fan control, temperature for the passenger. You can sync it. You can put it on auto, which we're going to turn off really quick because it is going to be very, very loud. I'm going to reduce the fan just a little bit. And now the screen. Now the screen is the old school Toyota screen. It honestly, it's one of the things that in this vehicle seems outdated, and it's definitely in its technology. Now it is functional. It has all the features of the modern one. It even has the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but you know, see the buttons right here. Now the screen, is a touchscreen? Yes, it is. So you press the navigation map, it goes bigger. This is your home, basically. Screen, menu, destination, audio, phone, apps, projection, info, and setup. These are your options. You can have the audio. This is your regular radios, and then you can go back to maps. So basic functions but very functional. At the same time, I would like to see something that's a little bit bigger, that's a little bit more modern. You know, we've seen 10, 12, 15-inch screens, especially, you know, with the Ram, with the Ford. I'm sure Toyota's got something up their sleeve, and they're gonna really modernize it for next year, which is a big mystery. We don't know. Engine start and stop button, tow haul output for the gain. As far as the trailer right here, it's equipped with the towing package. It can tow quite a bit actually. So you have the instrument cluster, which again, you know, it is mostly analog. So you have the odometer on, well, the tachometer on the left hand side, speedometer on the right hand side. Then you have 4 gauges for your temperature controls, gas gauge, as well as the battery charge level. And the only thing that's digital, it's that little narrow screen in the middle. And there's also a limited options that you can see in here. You have your compass, basically, you have your audio, lane keep assist, and the messages if they were on the vehicles, and this is your safety equipment. So basically late departure, pre-collision sensing, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, vehicle settings. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so you can adjust the brightness, volume as far as the rear collision traffic assist, trailer type. I guess you'd have to set it up for it. Take a look at the top console right here. We have the regular mirror, home link inside of the mirror, and you can turn that off if somebody's blinding you. It's basically going to dim that mirror so it won't blind you basically. So now you have your sunglass holder, and then this one is equipped with the sunroof. Not a pano sunroof, not a panoramic sunroof, but the regular slide and tilt feature of the sunroof. Nice air right here. Again, I don't know how about, there's not much of the windscreen in here, so hopefully there's not a lot of wind gets in here. Slide it closed, and let's take the last look basically at this interior. Okay, you have some of leather right here, vents, round vents, okay, open and close, and put some stuff in here. This is rubber, so if you throw your phone in here, it's not gonna bounce, it's not gonna move around. Top of the line, let's talk about pricing, because this one is about as high as they go. You might be able to add a few more features on it, but this one as equipped, and I'm going to post this detailed description of what's included on this particular one that I'm driving today in the description of this video, but this one is about $57,000, so quite a bit less expensive than comparably equipped, whether it's Dodge or Ram now, or whether it's Ford or Chevy or GMC. Now when you get all of the amenities, those trucks tend to be in the 60s, or some of them even in the 80s. So as far as the price of the truck, it's not bad at less than $60,000 for a fully equipped vehicle. Well, we're going to take it for a spin and see how this old and proven engine handles on the road. Now, I know I like the feel of it. I like the feel of the truck itself. We're going to talk about it while driving. Before we do that, let's check out two things. Rear view camera, okay? Now, when I was talking about the electronics, I said the electronics are a little bit outdated, and so is the camera. Okay, it's there. It's going to tell you whether, you know, there's something behind or not. But look at this. When I'm turning the steering wheel, the lines are not moving. So the trajectory lines are not there. There's no 360 camera. And, you know, this is a very basic and only one angle camera as far as this. So that is something that I would like to see in the next generation. Bigger screen, brighter camera, better visibility, better resolution, 360. That would make a whole lot of difference. The second thing we're going to check is we're going to check the turning radius on this truck. So I have parking spots right here, and I'm going to see, we're going to let this car through. I'm going to see of how this vehicle turns. Go back to this home screen right here. By the way, I know I can't check the stereo for you, but I tell you, it sounds pretty decent. I mean, it's not the highest end stereo, but it's still pretty good. So the wheel all the way, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 spaces it takes to take this, to turn this vehicle around. Take it on the road, and let's see how it handles. First of all, I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying the feel of this car. You know it's an 8-cylinder vehicle, but not only because of the sound of it, but because of the heavy, like how heavy this vehicle is, how heavy it feels. And I know it is. Unfortunately, it takes a toll on the gas mileage, but it is pretty darn good to drive. All right, so you can take this off-road. Now this one has the off-road suspension, so I mean, it's pretty cool. Took some bumps here, no issues there. Let's take this, make a left-hand turn. Okay. Let's check out the acceleration on this. Now if you hear that the acceleration is not bad, I mean it definitely gets it going, but if you heard this engine going up really, really high in RPMs before switching to the next gear, that's because it only has 6 gears. Okay, when we were driving Ford, you know, it was basically boom, 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 boom. You can hear the engine going up in gears. It's got a 10-speed transmission. Most of the manufacturers are going with the more gears in the transmission because A, it helps with the driving dynamics. It helps with get you up and going shorter gears. And then the higher gears will basically help with the gas economy. So it really helps out both ways. Now the gas economy, like we talked about it, 13 to 17 is not the greatest, but you know, I like the way that this truck feels. Now it is a 14-year-old truck in the new body basically, so the same engine, same transmission, but it feels darn solid. It's definitely, if you're looking for a pickup truck, I would not cross this off my list if I were looking for one, simply because it hasn't been updated for a while. Now you might want to wait till the new one comes out, the 2022 basically model, and that should be hitting the dealers showrooms hopefully, you know, sometime in maybe summer of this year. Now there's rumors that Toyota is going to get rid of their 8-cylinder engine, which means that they're gonna go with the V6, most likely turbocharged engine. Is it good or bad? I mean, there's some hardcore 8-cylinder fans that says, I don't care how fast, how much horsepower it has, I need my cylinders. And I can certainly say that about myself, because I like the cylinders a lot of times better than the, you know, power on that. It just feels a little bit different. However, what I would say also is that a lot of those six cylinders are pretty darn powerful as far as, you know, what they can do. And see, the turning radius is not as bad, but there wasn't a problem for this vehicle to climb up and over that little curb on the street. So I mean, that's good. That's good that it's very capable. Okay, going back to the drivetrain, maybe, and only maybe, this is my speculations, because Toyota has a lot of hybrid technology. They've been coming up. The new Venza is a hybrid, the new Sienna is a hybrid, so they've been coming up with a lot of hybrid vehicles recently. Maybe they're going to come up and put a hybrid in the Tundra as well. I wouldn't be surprised with that. Ford did it. I tested it. If you haven't seen that video, I love that hybrid vehicle. That's a first and the only right now pickup truck hybrid on the market. and I was very impressed with it. I think with Toyota's technology, they could build off of that a little bit and make it as nice, if not nicer. As far as the interior, I'd like to see a little bit more 21st century. I know they've added Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. They even added Alexa compatibility with this particular one, but it's still packaged up in this old technology. It's kind of like, you know, having the 4K in the 1080 body. Maybe that's not a good comparison, but that's just, you know what I'm saying. But overall, I do like this vehicle. I do like the roominess. I absolutely love the 1794 edition. I like that subtle leather and the wood grain and the luxury of it. But at the same time, you know, it feels great driving it. So if they update it, maybe if they build off of this, give you a better gas consumption of this vehicle and give you a little bit more of a futuristic feature, I think you might have a very solid truck. That concludes this review of this 2021 Toyota Tundra. Guys, thank you for watching. If you like watching video like this, consider taking a look at the rest of my channel. If you like it, hit like and subscribe on this channel, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.